This. Hey YouTube family, what's up? Good morning. We are live and direct here on, I believe, YouTube and FB.
Morning, my people, live and direct.
And yeah, today we're really going to be dabbling into, what's ahead for the week. So you can let us know as well. Engage with us in the chats while we are here live with you for an hour as we kind of do a little bit of chart breakdown, a little bit of weekly outlook. You can drop your pair in the chat as well so that we can actually know what pair you want us to check out as well.
That's it.
Yeah. So we are here, first of all, on the infamous gold.
Inform us. Everyone loves gold.
So being on gold, guys, we're gonna do just a little quick top-down analysis. I'm starting from the daily time frame, right?
For once, gold is trending down
Yeah,
from last night.
and I'm all basically be using my tools here with you guys so that you can see, but I want to brighten them even for right now so that everybody can see.
For once,
Just make it thick like that. Yeah, so everybody can see. Good. And I'll just kind of take this off for a bit so we look clean and proper. All right, now I'm marking this level right here because you can clearly see that we had some resistance, right? Resistance, we broke through that thing on the daily time frame and rejected. So break, retest, basically. Lovely rejection here, and then we soared, lovely rally to the moon. You're realizing now that we have done another pullback into this zone. So we really want to see price respecting this. We want to see price staying above this level. And of course, this is our cue. Once you're getting the lovely move, right, we'll be holding to the upside, right? So from the daily time frame, we've hit a lovely spot right here. All the alerts went off. This is really where we wanted to take gold. We want to see price, on the lower time frame, because of course we're not going to take it on the daily. We want to see price back above our line like we're seeing here on the 30-minute, closing strongly above, right, giving us some stronger indication to take this and hold it a little bit further back up into that 5,000 range, right? So one of the fundamental things you always want to do is to look at the higher time frame and then come down to your lower time frames. People are always confused sometimes in terms of what they actually do or where do we start from. We're saying start from your
higher
higher
time
time
frame
frame. Yeah,
and come down to the lower time frame for entries.
that's it.
Yeah, that's it. The higher time frame, to be fair, it never lies. It always gives the right direction of the market. Too much noise on the lower time frame. So once you start from the higher time frame, you'll definitely stew your bias correctly. You get me? You get a clear direction. No matter what's going on the lower time frame, the higher time frame never lies. It never lies.
Yeah, that's 100% true. A lot of times people ask, how do I know whether or not this is noise or not? Noise is going to be too much movement for you in terms of where do I find my strong levels, right? If you cannot see the levels clear, then you're in a time frame that's too noisy or a market that's too choppy,
Too choppy.
right? So if I go back to the daily time frame, this was obvious, right? Very obvious in terms of where we had the resistance. Price came back, rejected, rallied onwards, and now we're back at this price point. We're back at this level, right? So the higher time frame gives you those cleaner, stronger levels for you to evaluate price action around. On the lower time frame, you're going to have multiple levels, right? And with the multiple levels that you're gonna have, a lot of times you won't know where to actually, take the trade, or when you take it at a particular level, because the level is not so strong on that time frame, you'll end up be wicked out and all of that. So
Yeah. And
top down.
you lose this overall sight of the trend of the market, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
higher time frame, you get the buyer, you get the trend of the higher time frame, and you stick with that. So no matter what you see going on the lower time frame, you just bear in mind that, listen, if it's on a downtrend or an uptrend, just bear that in mind, and that gives you the confidence to hold the trade. You want to have enough data to hold the trade. Why am I holding this trade? Why am I buying? You're taking it off the higher time frame. So the lower time frame is just really to get a go 30 minutes, 15 minutes to get an earlier entry, and you just set it and forget it. That's what really it's all about, right? So stick to the higher time frame. Cut out all the noise, cut out all that. Don't be down on the lower time frame, having your emotions up and down. Just
Yeah.
like stick to the higher time frame. No matter if the market is buying right now on the lower time frame, if it's not buy if you can't see the market clearly for the trend, leave it alone. That's the first thing whenever you go on your charts, you should be able to identify the trend. You need to know, is this market going up or is it going down? If you
Yeah.
can't identify the trend, step away. No trade until you can identify the trend. And this is gold, so you'd better be on the right side of the fence. You don't want to be on the wrong side of the fence, right?
Yeah, so that's like 100% on, in terms of the fact that when you're on the higher time frame, you're looking for that solid trend, and we can clearly see, we know that we're bullish, right? And that's why this lovely red line that I've just highlighted right here is just showing you structure in terms of where we could potentially see gold rising massively back from. Right, so this could literally be a pullback. If it's not, it's gonna show us, right? The only way we can know is to actually pay attention to price action. So we mark our level on that daily time frame, and literally, as we come down, we want to see price doing this,
Hmm.
right? Literally, you want to see price doing this, and then of course that is going to be your go-to to actually take your trade, holding it back up into the 5,000 range mark, right? Now, it's going to take you a while to get there. It's not going to happen overnight. This may be a swing trade. There are some people who trade differently. I may be able to trade, and hold that trade. You may not be able to do that. But what we fundamentally want you to understand is to read price action effectively, so you have an idea of where price is potentially going, so that you're able to take a piece of that move, right? So looking at gold, we really are believing that we could be potentially in that lovely level right here to actually take our buys, right? That's where we are for buys, from this level onwards back into the 5,000 range. What pair are you trading, guys? And what pair would you want us to take a look at? Right, that's just a quick synopsis on gold. We're looking for buys right at this level that you can see price at, based on the pullback from our daily time frame, right? So that's really what we're looking at. We're looking at,
We
some
have a few
levels there.
GUs.
GUs. Okay.
GUs.
Yeah, so we can pull up GU and have a look at what's happening over there. But you can mark this down. You can screenshot this right at our key level. This is our strong level that we're looking at from our daily time frame for potential buys back into 5,000 thereabouts. Right. So if you are taking this trade though, just come back and let us know that you've made some money off the opportunity that we've shared with you. That would be awesome. Right? So I'm going to pop over to GU for those who are GU traders, so that you can literally have an idea
We got some Bitcoin traders too.
what GU is potentially doing. So buys for gold, that's where we are. We're at that level for buys for gold, guys. That's what we're really looking for. So let's see if we can swap this over for GBP USD.
USD.
Okay. Yeah. Let's clean this up for you so that we can have a clean look from the daily time frame. Yeah. And there we go. All solid. Okay. All right. So one of the first thing that I'm going to do with this here is to mark my levels based on where price is. You always want to know where is price, what is price doing at this level, right? And your trend. So if I zoom out, because when in doubt we zoom out, we want to see what structure price is on. And I could take my little trend line, yeah, and we can see that we're really in a little bit of upward motion. All right, we've got a few taps. We want at least 1 to 3, 1, 2, 3 taps. And then we've kind of been really steep on that. So we're pushing up, right? Creating higher highs and higher lows. That's what we want to see. We want to see a solid trend, coming out right here. So ideally speaking, we do have bullish opportunities on GU. Now, there is, if I do this, a little bit more way to go right here based on what it's done previously. So we've got a level here, right? And the level that we've got here, we could potentially be heading back to that level, right? Based on what I'm seeing for GU. So I would be holding everything like and waiting, because I'm not just going to enter randomly, right? But there is a but, because the other thing that I do see is that we had a bit of resistance here, right? And because we had a bit of resistance here, there's a bit of displacement that I'm actually seeing, right? Price has broken above here, grabbing the liquidity above this area, above this supply zone, right? So potentially what could be happening now is that GU, based on grabbing the liquidity here, could potentially be dropping a bit back to this trend line range or further below.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And that can look really lovely.
Yeah. So if I now go down from the daily and we look at everything here, right? That's the line that we've drawn. We're below that line massively, right? So we could see that's what we're taking it from top to bottom, guys. From top to bottom. We want to see where we are on the higher time frame, and then we can come down to the lower time frame for the best opportunities in these markets. A pullback and a rejection from this level right here is your plausible entry opportunity for sales potentially, right? So if I come down, you'd have seen where we did that. So I think we would have been asleep when this happened.
That's a lovely engulfing candle.
Right, but this would have been your entry cue right here if you were up and seeing it on the charts based on coming from your top to your lower time frame, right? Literally, you've got this line that we've drawn from the resistance. Price broke through that and it's now coming another way, right? So it's like a flip zone that you would hear of. Lower time frame, it's showing it as it was previously support. So it's showing it the flip way. Previously support on the lower time frame, broke through the support, now became resistance.
So there's a possibility that it might go up there and reject. Once it closes below, we can look for some bearish momentum.
That's it. So, but if you were up before and you saw this would have been your perfect entry opportunity right here with this engulfing candle. Once price retested this area right here, this entire area, right? Like it came here, perfect entry to the downside. Now, if price potentially comes back to this level, guys, you will still have an opportunity once price is still respecting the zone. but it's not going to be you waiting to see if we get that respect of the zone, right? Like you're seeing how we got this lovely bearish engulfing candle indicating that, listen, this is the motion. Right here is the zone to actually execute at. All right, so that's what you're looking for around this level, right? Potentially, we could have more sales coming into play based on what we see on the higher time frame for this coming week on GU, right? Guys, if you have any questions or queries, you can drop them in the chat. You can literally drop them in the chat. It's really the idea of going through, what the market looks like for these different pairs this morning so that you have a perspective for the week, right? I love the perspective for the week. And you know what? You can also let us know if you'd like us to be doing this every day, every morning, or every Monday. Let us know, of course. That would be helpful as well. Because if it helps you, why not say it?
Yeah, why not say it? And we don't mind going live on Mondays because we do like Mondays. Mondays are already settled. So if you want more videos like this going live on Mondays in London session, definitely just drop it in the chat. Drop it in the comments once you watch this video. Yeah. And do remember, if you haven't subscribed already, if you have, don't go and click it again. But if you have, you know what to do. If you haven't, you know what to do. So I'm really looking for some rejections back around here. This was a lovely engulfing candle right there.
Yeah.
So once we get back that rejection there, no hesitation, just go in for it.
Yeah. So that's what we're looking for GU. All right. Once price is respecting our level, then of course, by all means, we're getting in on it.
I had a message here for Bitcoin.
All right, Bitcoin. Let's pull up Bitcoin. You know what? Bitcoin. Oh, I was using Bitcoin for a lesson, guys. I'm not showing you my secret sauce.
I think they already know your secret sauce. You have given so much sauce on this
It's too saucy.
platform. Yeah, you have given so much sauce on this platform. Come on. You've dropped solid gems. I know if anyone here agrees with me, and I know a lot of you will agree with me, she has given a lot of sauce, maybe too much sauce. Yeah, too much spice, too much sweet. So come on. You have given a lot of value on this platform here. And we're still giving. It's just giving, 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 giving. There's no stopping when it comes on to the giving. Bitcoin.
So for the crypto traders, we'll be happy to take a look at this for you. And I want you to understand something, guys. You see, structure is the same in every market. People confuse it with, stocks and futures and indices. Structure is structure, right? The market structures is going to be the same in terms of whether the market is making higher highs and higher lows or whether the market is actually having supply or demand. All of this exists across the financial markets. So your goal is to master market structure, right? And when we look at the weekly outlook, we're looking at structure and we're making diagnosis based on what the structure is actually doing. So guys, do remember, whatever pair you're trading, if you'd want us to look at it, we've already tapped on gold, telling you the opportunities that we're seeing right there. We've already tapped on GU so far, so we're now on Bitcoin. Be okay with dropping whatever pair it is that you want us to look at on this weekly outlook that we're dabbling into. All right, so we're on Bitcoin and we're starting again from our daily time frame. All right, and we do know Bitcoin is so bearish, right? Very bearish. I don't even need to take a trend line, but if you want me to take one, we've got some solid taps. And if we've really been making lower highs and lower lows, right? So one of the fundamental things that we always like to do once we know that we're in a certain trend, we want to always know where price currently is there any support or resistance or whatever it is at that level? So right now, price is right here. It's located here. When in doubt, we zoom out. Now I'm going to take another level and I'm going to mark it here. And I'm going to zoom out because I have to see the full outlook as to what price is actually doing to be able to make a decisive or a proper decision, all right, about what to do next. Right here, we had a bit of resistance before we broke through. We came back, we sat on top, became support. And now, what are we doing? We're rejecting from this level, right? So the rejection that's happening around this level is very fundamental right now. And because of the rejection, what we want to see is whether or not price will be fully respecting this area. Now, because we're on our daily time frame, we will need to go lower, right? Depending on the type of trader, you could go, just for a quick idea, you could say, okay, let's go 15-minute for execution. But if you want to go to another level, like a 1 hour, just to see, that the zones are in alignment, that's fine. And I love this engulfing candle that I'm seeing on the 1 hour as well, because that's strong, solid structure there, right? So now we have an opportunity right here on the 15-minute, potentially, to see if Bitcoin will kind of give us those buys. We've got double rejection from this area, right? That means there's liquidity being built up here. So we could potentially come and break through this thing later on. Now, this is a bearish market. So we would really be looking for more sells than buys, right? Because of what we've been seeing here. So your strong level for sells based on your higher time frame would be waiting to see if we can get a retest, because we broke through here. I hope you're all seeing and understanding.
So there might be an opportunity for some buys to go back into
that
zone,
here,
but
here.
won't be any big buys. But
Yeah.
still, probability, highest setups are really sells, looking for sells, because the market is it's in a downtrend.
Yeah, so we're looking for sells. Right here where we are would not be the best place to sell right now, because we've got strong support at that area. We will only be able to sell if we break through and then retest. But right here, based on what I'm seeing, there could be potentially a move to this area before price does anything else, right? We could potentially get buys from point A to point B for Bitcoin, right? We could potentially see that happening across the charts, right? And then of course,
might get the momentum to break that.
Exactly. We could literally, push all the way down and then do something like this and continue a little bit further. All right.
Those are some strong numbers.
So literally that could be potentially your play. So for sells, I would potentially be looking if we could get some price back into at least 84,000 thereabouts before I do anything. I will not sell at this level where price is right now, because there is strong support at that area. Unless we break it, there's no sells. I'm seeing that there's opportunity for a buy back up into this area before we do anything. Okay, so we're basically going through dissecting price action and evaluating what the potential is for these pairs. Remember, guys, you can drop your pair that you're actually trading and we'll be happy to take a look at it for you. All right, we'll be happy to do that. So we're looking for sells again on Bitcoin. I think I've heard something about a US 30. Let me pull that up.
Oh, that's from James Facebook. US 30.
US 30. So let's pull US 30 up.
US 30.
And let's see what's in
Money
motion for the US 30 traders. So when we come, remember, first step that we always lock into is what is our trend, because the trend gives us our clear direction. Now, we like to say trade with the trend, but you also have to know the level to trade from, right? Because not because the market is bullish, you're gonna just be buying. The market will sell. The market does sell and it does buy, but you have to understand the level that you're taking price from. You have to understand where liquidity wants price to go, right? Or where price is actually chasing liquidity to or from, right? So ideally speaking, when we come here on US 30, we look for our trend. Hold on. We want to see where our trend actually is. And you can clearly see, I don't have to go through in details and do anything more than we're making higher highs and higher lows. So we are bullish. Yeah, fully bullish. Where are we now? We're up here, and where we are, I do believe it's all-time highs, right? All-time highs. We've never been there before. So I'm now paying attention deeply to price action. And when I'm paying attention to price action at this level, we're around here where there is a lot of rejection, multiple rejections. So there's a lot of liquidity built up to the top area here. And what we're fundamentally doing, we're rejecting off of it. So there could be potentials here for price to come back on this trend line before it skyrockets through this liquidity pool, right? So let's see, based on our daily time frame right here, we've got levels and we've got support being built right here too. You see that?
Yeah, I see it.
We've got support built here, which is really, it's like,
We're a bit below it though.
yeah, it is. But you've got liquidity grab all the time, right? So if you know that you've got liquidity grab right here where price is, I'll just do this that way. Oh, and stretch. So right here where we are, we're sitting on this level. Yep. Which is telling us a lot. It's telling us that price is building support right here, right? Which indicates, because you and I both know that US 30 is a massive mover during New York session, right? So there's liquidity being built up to the top, liquidity being built to here in terms of resistance and support. It's setting itself up to break through one of these levels, right? Now, the best thing to actually do when price is trapped within a zone is to wait for price and not predict it. Allow price to give you its full move by breaking through the level, retesting that level before you actually get in. You don't predict it. Not because price is bullish, it doesn't mean that it will break through the resistance. It could literally break through the support. So your job is to pay attention to price action in this case, right?
Yeah, that's true. And it's basically still sitting on that high up there. So it's basically sitting above that resistance level there. So it might be, might just be building up some momentum to continue up, but I think it might come tap that trend line
Yeah,
and then
I think so too.
take off.
I do believe
It's
it.
still in a strong uptrend.
Based on the fact that I'm seeing the rejections here, multiple rejections, this is an all-time high, guys. There is no data to the left. That's the first thing. And that's why you do have to wait. There is no significant data to the left. Now you have to pay attention to these, the language of the candles. And based on experience, the language of these candles, you see, especially if I see right here, price respecting this level here to the max, that means it wants to now buy to break through this to go
Yep,
higher.
definitely.
Right here at this level. You see where I'm marking it, levels, right? Once we're respecting this area here, we want to see respect around 48,373. Once we're getting that level of respect, then we're holding our buys back further up for higher, or what we call higher all-time highs, or whatever it is, right? So ideally speaking, this is our level that we're watching. Above this level, we go for buys. Below this level, there are selling opportunities back into this trend line or back into this bit of demand all the way down here. You're looking at levels, right? We've got strong demand right here. Price has massively pushed all the way up from here. So there is a bit of demand here. If we break through this level of support, then we're potentially coming back into this demand for buys, right? Remember, we normally like to buy what?
Buy low
And sell high.
and sell high.
So we want to see where price is creating those levels of discount, right? As well as premium levels for us to actually buy or sell.
That's
Okay.
some nice chart markup.
Yeah, so it looks nice. Yeah, so lovely level here. I like this. And I may very well be trading US 30 today at New York opening. So I will be on this to kind of even come back here tomorrow and give you a full overview as to what it actually does. And you can pay attention to it too. That's why we're here. You can actually say, you know what, Kerry showed this to me, showed this opportunity to me so that I could literally take it. Now, we know, all right, US 30 is not a mover at this time, but we're looking at what the projection may be for later on, right? So you have an idea as to what you're looking for. We want to see what price is actually going to be doing around this level to be able to say, you know what, let me just execute once price is respecting my levels. So daily time frame, we want to know where we are, we want to know what trend we are in, and we want to know what the potential strong level is for our buys or sells, ideally speaking. Once you've got your levels marked up, that's when you come down here to your 15-minute time frame. And some people, based on levels, would already be in this buy, right? Just because of the level that I've identified from the daily time frame.
Powerful levels. Those
Yeah.
are powerful levels.
When you mark them,
Daily 4 hour, powerful levels. So we looked at what? We looked at US 30, we looked at BTC, gold, GU. That's a lot, love.
yeah, we've done a few
We've
pairs.
done a few pairs.
We've done a few pairs.
And it definitely looked like gold is definitely looking going for that buy from that zone.
Yeah, and ideally speaking, we believe that US 30 is going to go for buys too. You know, it is bullish. It is bullish, and we're respecting this level. Lovely level here. As you can see, the level is even a bit of demand on our lower time frame that it's come back to. You just want to see your strong levels from your higher time frame, and once price comes there and it's respecting and you're seeing your engulfing candles, your wick rejections, you know, take your trade without hesitation, take your trades. All right, so any other pairs? I think Jeff had said, yeah, gold is doing exactly what we've projected. Yeah, it's pulled back to our level, guys. It's pulled back to our level, and it's pumping as we anticipated for those buys. You know, even those who are quick scalpers would have caught something massive from this level that we've identified when price came and pulled back at what, 4,558. You know, we're back all the way at 4,615. Remember, our projection for this is that it will go back into the 5,000 range. Any other pairs that you'd love us to take a look at? So buys, we're on buys, guys, for gold. That's what we're looking for. All right, from this level. So all the way from this level that we've identified, that's where our buys would have been initiated from. 4,556. So we're all the way into 4,617, looking absolutely amazing based on this opportunity, right? And our projection for this week is that we will get back to 5,000 thereabouts. Any pairs, guys, let us know here on YouTube if you would like us to check your pairs before we lock out and go and do or gym work or whatever it is that we're going to be doing today, let us know. So we've looked at GU, US 30. Let me pull up NAS for those who are NASDAQ traders. Let me see if I can get NASDAQ on these charts. And I know maybe we've got some futures traders on here, but we're going to be sticking to, it's okay. Let's get NASDAQ. If you're on the live, don't be afraid to say what you trade. We'll be happy to take a look at it for you. So NASDAQ is similar. Daily time frame, what do you see? Higher highs and higher lows being created.
Is that we're in an uptrend? Everything is all in.
Yep. Uptrend, lovely uptrend on NASDAQ. Lovely, lovely, lovely uptrend. All right. So based on where we are right now, price is right here. What is happening around this level? That's your first question, so that you can identify what's really happening around your level. And I'm going to take my tools. I like to use the horizontal ray. That's my resistance level, strong level there where we've got a lot of supply. There is a strong supply in this area, right? Price has come back to the supply zone and it's respected it immensely, and we've melted from there. Right now we're around this range. So I'll take a little tool here just to highlight where we are around here, right? Uh-oh. I locked it, that's why. All right, perfect. Let me just make sure that we can all see. So daily time frame, we're in a bit of demand right here. That's why we're rejecting and pushing up from this level. A lot of liquidity is built up around this trend line. And I'm going to be honest with you. Based on what I'm seeing, we could swipe through this trend line before we continue back up. We've rejected here twice.
So it's pushing down from a recent supply level.
Yeah, it is. So even though we're bullish, price may potentially come back to this level or this level right here where it has this bit of a breaker block and drop a little bit further. Yep. Back into sitting on the trend line a little bit more. Yep. So I'm seeing some sells for NAS, in all honesty. I am seeing that's the current play right here, right now. I move this down a bit. But because we're bullish, guys, and if we want to follow through with the trend, we're gonna want to zone into this entire level here of, hold on, there we go, this entire level here of demand, which means that price can, price is inside the demand, right? So being inside this demand zone, we want to just see price respecting it. With the respect that we get, ideally speaking, price could potentially come back into here, retest here if it's going to go lower. It hasn't retested the order block. You get what I'm saying? We've formed an order block right here, right? Even though we are bullish.
You might just get a tap on the trend line though.
Right. So price could potentially come here. You could get your buying opportunity back into this level. That's what I'm saying. So we can get price to come down here, but if we can't and price is respecting this demand, this is your zone that you're looking at for buys back into this order block, right? Potentially, right? So we're in this level of demand. Price is rejecting like this because we're in a demand zone. There's buying power in this zone. There's a lot of orders sitting right in this zone for buys. This is a daily time frame demand level. That means experienced traders are looking to buy at this level. So there's a bunch of orders here. Now, because there's a bunch of orders, there can be potential push down, right? But people are actually taking their profits and playing around this level, right? Price came into the more than mid level of this NASDAQ area. This is a zone that you could literally be buying from. And as I say, I'd buy if I'm buying, once price is respecting this block, it will be back into this zone at 25,800 or 25,900 thereabouts. That's really what I'm looking at.
So pay attention to this zone. Pay attention to these zones. All these zones that she's currently marking up, screenshot these zones, put them on your charts, and don't be afraid to come back and say, hey guys, thanks. You know, just pay attention to these zones and don't be afraid to execute on your trade. Proper risk management and go all in. If you don't take the trade, you won't have the profits.
That's
for sure.
true. That's so true.
Yeah.
If you don't execute, there's no money. Guys, always remember it's about the process of execution. And that's why our thing is different. Even with our trading academy that we literally have, it's focused on execution. A lot of people tell you about, theories, and even you buy courses, and when you go inside, because we've bought a few, and when you go inside these courses that people sell you, even some of these guru traders, when you go inside of them, it's just a dump of knowledge. There is no execution based system, and a lot of times traders fail based on execution. You fail, 95% of traders fail because they don't execute right. They're not waiting for the right levels. They're just doing things off emotions. And I do believe trading systems should be factored into that, so that we don't have so much traders actually losing, right? Because it's a skill that can be mastered. No, don't get me wrong, it's not a walk in the park.
Nope.
Right? But it can be done quicker than it takes a lot of us to actually do. A lot of times it takes us so long because we don't have the right level of mentorship. We don't have the right people leading us, or we're not following the right people to guide us on the mission. All right. So that's why a lot of times we fail. We fail a lot of times because we're caught up in the lifestyle of the guru traders when we don't even understand what they're actually doing behind the scenes and if their money is actually coming from 100% trading. Right. So you have to understand what your goal is, what your mission is, and go all in and find the right group of people who are connected to your vision, who are connected to help you with that mission. So, full on, one of the fundamental things that we do in our entire sessions is really execution. Because if you're not executing, you ain't gonna make no money. And then a lot of times traders will have issues around the fact that they'll make profits and then give it back. Why do you give it back? It's all psychological. So if you can actually tap into that and fix that, then you'll be in a better place where you understand that, listen, I've hit 20% today. I'm up 40%. I'm up over a period of time. That is, once you're up that amount, you take your withdrawals, right? You take it because it's not real until you do, right? The money is not yours until you take it off that brokerage account, right? So make it yours. Yeah, make it yours. If you have not done that last year, make it your money by actually withdrawing it, taking it, and doing something with it to say that, listen, NASDAQ paid me this, or gold paid me this, gold allowed me to do this, or whatever your pair is, rock with it and withdraw from it. Okay? Yeah.
A lot of persons believe that if they don't have 500 or 1,000 US or pounds on their account, they can't do withdrawals. But you can, if you can take $50 off your account and say, hey, listen, I'm gonna buy myself a meal knowing that I got this from trading. You
Yeah.
know, one of the earlier stages, we find it hard to like, oh, I haven't met this target as yet, so I can't withdraw some profits. Come on, you need to reward yourself from all the stress that trading comes with. You get me? You need to reward yourself. Small rewards lead to big rewards. Appreciate the small wins for what they are. Yeah, appreciate them. Even if you started with $100 and now you're up at $50 or $100 more on your account, be appreciative of that and do some withdrawals. And you know, go all in for the long run of it. Don't just go in for just, oh, I'm gonna trade for this week, next week, and maybe it doesn't work. It takes time.
Yeah.
This takes time. It takes time. And we all know that, we're gonna lose some money from it. But guess what? There is no other skill like this.
Yeah.
That one time you did that withdrawal, that one time you saw all that blues running, you will never forget that. It will never come out of your head. And with that, you just can't go back to like working for someone. This is the best skill you could ever learn. Give it time. Think of it like you're going to college, and after you finish, wow, it's gonna worth it.
Yeah, it's
Give it
gonna be
time.
worth
Give it.
it.
Trust the process. Trust the process, my people. Trust
That's
the process. It's not an overnight get rich quick scheme. My wife would say it's a slow get rich quick scheme. But
yeah.
if you stick with it
You'll
long
get
enough,
there anyway.
you'll get there. You'll get there. And just trust your strategy. Trust your strategy, and always know that there is improvement. Never believe that you can't improve on what you're doing, because the market, there is no set anything to the market. As you can see, a lot of times the market, it's really unpredictable. But guess what? Trust your strategy. Where needs improvement, you can. And most of the time, it's really us that need the improvement. You get me? Mentally, because trading is a psychology game. So you really want to like just get yourself under control. You really want to be like just calm and put God in it. A lot of us, we're in trading and we don't really have God in it. We don't have. That's why our belief system is like way down here. And trust me, this is where I realized that when I started praying a lot when it comes on to before we start trading or before I even go on the charts, because sometimes going on the charts, you'll see all these levels. They look so good: supply, demand, support, resistance. Everything looks so good. The strategy look that you have, it looks so good when you're back testing it. But when you start to trade, everything seems different. Nothing is really different. It's our belief system. Our belief system have to be at a level where no matter what anyone is saying or no matter what you're seeing going on the charts, you know that this is what I believe, this is what's going to happen by the end of the day. And yeah, you don't control the market, but believing, remember, seeing it, believing it, definitely we can achieve it. Your belief system have to be at a level. It has to be like way up here. So put God in your trading 100%. Put God in it.
Yeah.
Put God in your trading. Get your mindset intact before you go on the charts, and just go all in on your strategy, my people.
And I see those comments, Harry Trades 12. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to show up and actually help in this industry. Each one help one. That's the mission, right? And I'm seeing Marlo Pedro. Marlo Pedro, right? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we salute you for being here and for just being on this live. Ideally speaking, you can drop your pairs as well, whatever pair. If we haven't touched your pair, um you can let us know what your pair is and we'll be happy to look on it before we go. All right, we will go in a minute before our baby
We'll be
wakes up.
gone in a minute.
Before the baby gets up, we're here hitting us, hitting you live on direct, trying to make you a part of our routine, just to kind of give you a little bit of perspective for the week or for the day in general. All right, so that you have some levels to take these trades from, or you have some confirmation of what we're looking at. Right? Let us know what pairs you would like us to take a look at before we actually go. Or if you've got any questions regarding trading, things that you're having issues with that you would really like just a little bit of, advice on, we'll be happy to help. You can drop it in the chats, right? And as I said, let us know in the comments if you want us to be doing this every Monday, to make it a Monday thing, or every Monday to Friday. If we can hop on, we'll be happy to help. But just let us know if we're adding any value to you from this session. Let us know, because that will encourage us to actually keep doing it on a Monday or on a Tuesday, right?
On a Wednesday or a Thursday. But we won't be doing it on a Friday.
Yeah.
But between Monday to Thursday. Yeah. So if you guys like this, drop it in the comments. We'll definitely continue with it. And we'll be definitely going live next week, Monday, also again. So
Yeah.
jump on board, come and bag some knowledge, bag some zones, and don't be afraid to bag the cash. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. We'll be on the charts in New York sessions looking for some lovely move. We're looking for big moves, big moves. So that's definitely our time, even though we're here in London. But we definitely love the New York trading. Kerry likes to go for the big move. She want to make sure that we see those big drops and stuff like that. Sometimes the time that you take the trades, you have to really understand that you might not get that big push that you would really love. You get the moves, you'll get it. um Anything can happen, to be fair, because now you don't know when a rally is gonna come or not. But we do know that New York really could. We know New York comes with the rally. You get me? So know the session that you're trading, and know the session and how that pair that you're trading really moves in that time, and understanding that not every session is gonna give you those big rallies. I tell you,
Yeah.
Asia, and New York. Oh my God. For entire 2025 and now 2026, we see they're still racking. So
Yeah, on some days, but it depends on your peer. It depends on your peer at the end of the day.
yeah,
You
that's
have to
true.
you have to know your peer. For gold, in the past couple of months, gold has been doing a lot in Asian session. There's good moves in Asian session that you could literally get. Right? I do see that Harry Trades want us to actually look at Euro JPY. So I'll be happy to take a look at that for you, Harry. I'm kind of reading the chat as well as paying attention to the chart. So I'm seeing that, and I'll be happy to take a look at Euro JPY. Right. Marlo Pedro, you're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. And we will try our very best to deliver for you, like every Monday. We'll get that in. Before we go every day, we'll start with every Monday with this kind of giving you an overview. All right, Euro JPY for Harry. We've got this up. And yeah, daily time frame, fully bullish. Fully bullish. Without a doubt, we're bullish. Yeah, where are we? We've come back here. Yeah. Yep. We've been respecting that level, all right? And that's good. Let's go 4 hours. Perfect. You see that? This is lovely, all right? In terms of the fact that we're bullish, all right? Now, we don't love trading forex pairs, but it's the same structure, guys. I tell you that for
it's just
everything.
market structure.
It's the same. So price has been making higher highs and higher lows, right? And it's come back to a strong level, right? It's taken liquidity here for all those traders who went in early, It's grabbed the liquidity multiple times, it's come back and rejected, and literally price is sitting above this level. So what we're potentially having are buys back into this area to potentially climb higher, right? That's what we're seeing for Euro JPY based on where we are. Remember, we do top-down analysis. We look at the market from the higher time frame to the lower time frame, right? We get perspective based on structure on the higher time frame. And as you can clearly see, we're starting from our daily. If you're a day trader, you want to know what the daily charts are looking like, right? So strong level here. We had all of this rejection. We broke through it. We came back. We are sitting on. So it's a lovely flip zone. It's all that liquidity, and we're looking for potential opportunities for buys. Now, price can literally come right back here, guys, and sell. Right? So that's why your TPs, your take profits have to be in the right level. Why can it come here and sell? There's a lovely breaker block right here that it could literally just feed into from the buys from point A here all the way back here, and then get a push back down to break this level here, all right, to go low, because there's a lot of imbalance in the market. So even though we're bullish, right, you could literally see that we could come all the way here and then face some rejections right around this key level here. I'll highlight it for you. Yeah, we could face some issues right there. Okay, that's for EJ. Any other pairs? Harry, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you got some value from that. And literally, you're able to say, you know what? Yeah, I see what you're saying. Right?
Yeah, that's true. So, guys, do remember, like I said, if you want us to be here on a Monday, if you like us be popping up,
I
you
think
can jump on.
Marlo and Harry have says that they would love that and they'll be watching.
Yeah. We'll definitely schedule this time for you guys, and you just show up. We go over some pairs, mark it up, screenshot it if you're on your phone, and just go all in with your trading. That's it. 100%. Don't switch, don't give up, stay focused, and just keep going. That's all it is. Just keep going. You won't regret it. You'll learn from it. It will make you a better trading will make you a better person. 100%. Just keep going.
Yeah. So if there are no more pairs, guys, that's the mission, right? We want to just leave a solid thing, to you in terms of your trading. Just follow the process, right? Every trader needs a playbook. Develop your playbook, develop your edge in these markets, understand what your psychological triggers are. Because at the end of the day, remember, as I said, a lot of times when people come into this trading space, they're crazy over what's the best strategy. A lot of times, all the strategies that we do use, they do work, but it's us that actually don't work. So, what I'm saying to you, be in a place where you understand that you're going to lock in to the whole system, lock into the mission, lock into the vision, and understand what you're about. Follow the plan, follow the process, develop rules and follow them, and you'd be good to go. From there on, you'd be good to go, right? We've given you some levels today. Look at them, pay attention to price action around them, and that's literally your task to, just execute once price is giving you the full confirmation at these levels without a doubt. Execute with proper risk management, because of course that's going to be a good part of you keeping your account at the right level and compounding it effectively over time, right? So be in a place where you really understand that your edge is you. Yeah, develop your edge in terms of how you react to price action, how you behave to price action, and just execute effortlessly once your setup comes into motion.
That's it. And we will see you guys next week again. same time, same place, same channel. Remember to leave a like, drop your comments. Don't be afraid. It's all about giving value. 100%. Hello?
Yeah, so let us know in the comments down below if you got value from this, and of course, if you'd like us to do this every Monday at what did we come on at 7:30 a.m. UK time, we'll be happy to do that with you. So bye everyone. I hope you got value from this. We'll see you next time.
Peace out.